I think that we are, to be born in Australia, unbelievably lucky. To have the opportunity to play AFL football, you're unbelievably lucky. Now, you work hard to get that opportunity, but we're really fortunate to be born into the situation that we're born into. When we go to the Royal Children's Hospital every year and we see kids who are born with through no fault of their own, just into terrible circumstances or through accidents, it's worthwhile reflecting and having a bit of a gracious attitude to just how lucky we are to be able to do what we do. And so in some small way to be able to give back and contribute and give these kids hopefully some opportunity that they wouldn't otherwise have is extremely humbling.
So it's a day with a greater meaning from football's involvement in it. The kick for the kids leads off with North Melbourne and Essendon, and then West Coast and Port Adelaide. In Victoria, it's all in support of the Royal Children's Hospital appeal. North Melbourne has been central to that with football's involvement. Todd Goldstein, welcome back.
Thank you, Amy.
And Zach Merritt for the Bombers, who have the other half of the billing this year. Zach, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So Brad spoke last night about how he feels the day mingles with real life and football. Does that resonate with you?
Oh, absolutely, and that's why this footy club love has been part of it, because footy takes a back seat. Yes, we want to win the game, we want the 4 points, but the main thing is trying to raise as much money as we can, and the Children's Hospital does such a fantastic job, and I think everyone that has kids has been touched in some way by that place, and I think the more awareness we can do and the more we can do for that place, the better it is.
So we've got Hamish in the studio tonight. You had a young fella, Jack, at Essendon today.
Yeah, we did have Jack today. The young fella come into a team meeting and spoke about what we should do to beat the Roos this week, and come and had lunch as well. And he wanted a ham and cheese toasty with Dyson Heppel, so he got his wish today.
Well, as a young man, how old are you now, Zach?
23.
When you go to the hospitals for visits and stuff, do you straight away get how important it is for the kids, or is it something it's growing on you as you're sort of maturing into an adult?
Yeah, I think growing on me. I think when you're younger, you just go and think it's a bit of a tick-off as a part of the AFL until you actually get to meet the kids, understand what they're actually going through. And their families is probably not until you realise the importance of raising awareness and money for the Children's Hospital. So I think it grows with importance as you get older.
What about having the one-on-one conversations with the boys or girls? They must ask some crazy questions, do they?
Oh, they do at times, but I mean, it's one of those things, you don't know how many, we don't see a lot of North supporters, or you don't go there just to see North supporters, but if you can touch one kid and make their day and make them smile for 10 minutes, I think that makes such a difference, because it can be a really tough life, and they're dealt a pretty hard hand, and they by no doing themselves. So if we can bring a little bit of joy to them, it's the main thing.
Now, the last time the two of you came together on the field, it didn't end particularly well, did it? We talked about that out the back. So it was the end of...
Oh, you dirty bugger! Yeah, what's it?
That was pretty good bum, actually. I don't even remember that.
How did that... Can you...
I might need to grow a few more centimetres, yeah. Can't remember that either. There you go.
You didn't get hit in the head.
Maybe it was concussion, maybe no delayed onset.
It's a big game. I know it's an easy way to start a conversation, but from where you guys are coming on, three zip down to do Adelaide last week, really good defensive effort. You boys, first 5 quarters of the year were just... Let's not even talk about that. Your last, 8-10 have been really solid, culminating on Saturday at the MCG. How's the team feeling?
Yeah, it was a disappointing start. The first 5 quarters were nowhere near the level that we want to be at. So thankfully we've rectified that against St Kilda. Although we didn't win, I thought we started to play the way we wanted to actually play
in
the second half. And then to get 2 wins on the board now is a massive step forward. But we know we're going to have to keep improving to contend against the teams like Collingwood and Richmond that we couldn't beat last year.
So you're meeting God, and God said, "Righto, Zach, what was wrong? And what did you do to fix it?" And you can't lie to God. What would you say? Don't lie.
If I could pinpoint one thing, it'd be great, but...
freedom. Talk to us about freedom.
Freedom, I think it just probably felt like we'd probably bought into a little bit of the expectation, I think, as players. I think we thought that it was just going to roll on and we were just going to perform how we did the back end of last year, and that obviously didn't happen because the competition's so strong. It's a bit of a rude awakening round 1 against the Giants that played some good footy, but we were clearly off the mark. So I think it was a bit of a rude awakening, if I had to say one thing to God.
How have you dealt with the incident that was highlighted in round 1? And congratulations, your performance on Saturday against the Lions was Zach Merritt as people have come to expect. How did you handle it personally?
Yeah, it's obviously disappointing. There was more highlighted internally as not being as good enough performance by myself, though. So, although it was highlighted externally, it doesn't really influence too much the way I go about improving and playing and training during the week. So, yeah, it's obviously had to acknowledge it.
Did it get you down? Did it get you down, or did you just take it on the chin and?
No, it was a bit of something new. I'd never really experienced it. So initially, it was a bit of a shock and a bit disappointing. But ultimately, it was reality, wasn't it? It was footage of what actually happened. So yeah, it was a great chance to learn from.
And Todd, from the journey of the first 4 weeks, you seem to set a lot right on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think we obviously didn't, like the Bombers, we didn't start overly well round one. It was a game we'd probably, maybe was JLT 3 for us, but you know, we didn't perform to the level we wanted, and I think we've been understanding that we haven't got that level, and our midfield especially really got shown up in that first game, and I think we've been doing a lot of work to try and rectify that. And I think each week we've started to get a little bit more like us, but rounds 2 and 3 we probably still didn't quite hit that mark consistently, and I think Saturday was probably the first time we've played 4 consistent quarters, and we didn't take opportunities, but we started to play like North Melbourne, like we did last year.
You were aggressive. The team was aggressive, defensively strong. Got some players back like Jed Anderson, Trent Dumont, who'd missed a game, went back on the wing. Ben Brown found some form. A lot of things looked familiar to the Kangaroos, how they've been playing last year.
And that's the thing. Like obviously, Brownie didn't have the greatest impact the first 3 games, but we didn't help him. Our delivery was terrible to him, so we didn't give him the opportunities to show his elite attributes. And to get someone like Jed Anderson back in, I think he's a bull at a gate when he comes in, and I think opposition players know he's around, and we hate playing intra-club games against him because he'll go through us too.
Really? Do you know much about Jed?
Not overly a lot. I mean, we played him last year and he was in some pretty red-hot form at that period, so I certainly remember him from then. But I think injuries probably plagued him early in his career at Hawthorn, so it's good to see him getting a crack, really.
When do you think Joe Danaher might get a crack?
I hope he plays on the weekend. I hope he does. He's tracking well. He's training fully, so everything's leading in the right direction. But yeah, I have to wait and see.
And no Luke McDonald. It's a bit of a blow.
Yeah, disappointing. I think the club felt like they had a pretty good case, and we thought we might have been able to get him off.
You're talking. Do you think he should have got off?
I think we all felt like he was probably a bit unlucky in that situation. I think we're still not exactly sure how his opponent got concussed. I didn't feel like he actually got him with his fist in the head. So
he landed awkwardly. We said this to Brad last night, didn't we, Jared? He sort of landed and jolted.
No, and that was why we thought we had a case, because it wasn't like a arm or a fist to the head or anything like that. So how he got concussed was a bit unsure. I think the club might have even been looking for other footage to see whether there was another incident, because that was what we felt, and so it's disappointing to not have him out there. But Sam Wright's played a couple of games in the VFL now, so hopefully he's back to fitness, and he's someone that will definitely be in the mix.
All right, the kick for the kids. Make it a good one. Enjoy Good Friday.
We'll do, thanks.
We have the corporate box to auction, so get busy.
12 guess.
app.galabid.com/GFA. I think somewhere north of $6,000 we reckon's about right.
No, grog and food, Joe.
Yeah,
the entire day.
7 or 8 make your donation to the Royal Children's Hospital appeal for the day. And
all of it goes to the appeal, doesn't it?
Yep. So it'll be a great afternoon in the box watching their teams go at it.